After over a year of announcement, we finally have the Toho Godzilla reaction figure lineup from Super7. We have Godzilla 54, Mechagodzilla 74, Rodan, Mothra, Jet Jaguar, and a Godzilla 57. All of these guys are available for purchase directly through Super7's website. You can buy them each individually for $18 a pop, or you can buy the entire wave for $108, and they're shipping out next month in July. Stick around for the rest of the video. I'm going to be taking a closer look at each of the figures individually and give my thoughts on them. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and take a look at my other Godzilla figure content as well. Let me just say, I'm so impressed by the box art for each of these. I think the illustrations look so beautifully done, and the box style itself is very reminiscent of, well, obviously very retro toys because they're a reaction figure line, but it reminds me very much of the OG Shogun toys from the late 70s, I believe it was. It just really gives that vibe from the color palette, which is really cool. So taking a look at Godzilla 54 himself, obviously this is the reaction figure line. For those of you who are unfamiliar with this line, they're about 3.75 inch scale, and they're more on the stylized side than they are realistic. So if they look kind of cartoony, that's kind of the point. That being said, 54 looks really good. Really only have this one image out of the box to look at. Can't tell if this is the actual toy or a CG render. Some of them look kind of CG, some of them look real, but regardless, the 54 looks great. I like the look. It's very simple. I'm glad they included the original Godzilla in this lineup. I think it's great that they have touched upon the Showa side of things now, because we've gotten the Heisei stuff from the Ultimates. Now, of course, with Showa Mechagodzilla, I'm always biased toward this design, so of course this one is the favorite of the bunch for me. I will probably get a couple of these actually to do some different colorways on them and paint them myself. But the figure looks great. I particularly like the way they did the paint on this one. It's very flat, and then there's like those coils in between sections that are very dark. So I don't know, it just gives a really cartoony appearance. I like it a lot. Yeah, I'm not gonna focus on this one too much, even though it's my favorite, but it looks great. I'm really excited for this one. Now, when it comes to Rodan and Mothra, what I'm really happy about is that we have some flying kaiju in the mix, because everyone else is sort of a humanoid shape. So it's good to have that variety. Specifically with this Rodan, this is Rodan from his 1964 appearance. One of my favorite looks of Rodan. It's really cool. So because of this figure's wingspan, it's actually going to be 5 inches wide, which is actually pretty sizable in comparison to the rest of the figures, Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, Jet Jaguar, which is really cool. I'm glad that there's some sort of dimensional difference with these flying kaiju. And now we're taking a look at Mothra. She looks dope. I really, really like the way that she looks. It's great that we have her. This is her in her 1964 appearance, and she's the only one that comes with an accessory, which is an egg, one of her eggs. I really like the paint scheme on it. Very screen accurate, I guess you could say, but it's just a cool pop of color to have. And of course, she's a very colorful figure, so she's definitely one of the brighter ones in this lineup. But I think she looks awesome. I don't know how this will work exactly. Maybe she has like some pegs that allow her to attach to the egg. She's going to be 4 inches wide, so she's about an inch shorter in terms of width compared to Rodan. And now looking at Jet Jaguar, first thing that pops out to me is how shiny he looks. I don't know if he'll actually be that shiny, but he's definitely more metallic looking than the Mechagodzilla 74 that's in this lineup. Again, love the pop of color. It really feels like between him and Mothra, they're really the ones that are the bright ones of this group, because everyone else is more flat coloring, but it's good to have that variety. I wasn't expecting them to originally do Jet Jaguar in this lineup. I would have expected maybe them to do a Ghidorah, but I'm sure they will do so in a later line. That being said, he looks great. I love the look of him, very simple, and I think he'll look awesome next to particularly Mechagodzilla. I kind of want to get this one just to have next to Mechagodzilla. Last but not least, but certainly the most obscure, is this Godzilla 57. Now, even I wasn't aware of what this Godzilla was from up until several months ago when they announced that this was going to be in the lineup. Apparently this is it's an unused suit from an American movie that was never made or never released, I'm not entirely sure, called The Volcano Monsters. Now, someone please comment down below. I'd like to know more about that unmade movie and this suit. I don't know too much about it, and I'm not even sure if other companies have ever made this rendition of Godzilla before. And I always love when a brand takes an obscure Godzilla iteration and puts it in toy form. I think it's a really unique way of approaching things. To include him in a strong Showa lineup is a good idea, because it just adds some good variety, and like I said, it's not something I've seen before from other companies. Overall, I think this is a really great lineup. I know initially when they had made this announcement that I was a little surprised that there was no Ghidorah, and instead they had thrown Jet Jaguar and Godzilla 57 in the mix. But honestly, I like the way that they approach this. There's good variety from throughout the Showa era. It's not just Godzilla 54 and, like, you know, the OGs. Of course, Mechagodzilla is the one I'll definitely be pre-ordering. I don't know if I'm going to get all of them. Probably not. I'm very picky and choosy when it comes to collecting because it's just the way I am. I have very limited space. I do love them all, though. I think they look excellent. I'm actually, believe it or not, more hyped for this than I think I was for any of the Ultimates, even though those look amazing. I think at this point in my collecting, I'm just more inclined to like stylized stuff more. And the irony is that I really only collect bigger sized figures. So for these to be 3.75 inches, you know, obviously I like it a lot for, you know, for me to actually want at least a couple of these. So Mechagodzilla is definitely a given for me. I might even get a couple, like I said, to even paint on my own and do some different color schemes. Whether you get only one of them, two of them, or all of them, I think there's some great variety to choose from. It's great to have these options. I'm sure next to each other they'll look awesome, and I'm excited to see whichever ones I get, how they look in my collection as well. I'm most excited for Mechagodzilla, like I was saying, but I'm definitely looking forward to the possibility of them making a Ghidorah for another line, maybe sometime next year, but time will tell. I'm curious to know what you're most excited for out of this lineup. Are you going to be getting all of them, one of them, a couple of them? Let me know if you're pre-ordering them. Thank you for watching the video. Please leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, take a look at my other Godzilla figure content, and have a good one.